Hi guys, welcome back to... Oh, are you still posing? Yeah! Okay, we're done. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of A Literary Tasting. My name is Jessica.
My name is Annie.
And this week on A Literary Tasting, we are reading The Summer of Broken Rules. Every week on A Literary Tasting, we have a drink, we rate a book, and true to our character, we complain. Now, I need to just stop saying that we have a drink, because we don't. But if I was gonna bottle this book into a drink, I would say it's like strawberry lemonade.
Yeah.
That's been like sitting out in the sun for like 4 hours and it's like hot.
Yeah, it's like really warm.
Oh, have you ever gotten an iced coffee and like taken it to your pool and then you forget about it? And then you take a sip of it and it's suddenly hot?
It's hot and also like it's separated from that melted ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what this book is.
Let me tell you something. I hope you're ready for nothing.
Because when you recommended this book, well, first of all, tell me what people were saying about it. Do you remember at all?
People on TikTok were like, this book is so cute. Because, okay, listen, we had just finished reading the new, what's that girl's name? You know one.
Problematic Summer Romance by Allie Hazelwood.
And shockingly enough, we enjoyed that. So
Go watch the video.
Yeah, so we wanted to read something similar. I went on TikTok, I did the research, and so many people brought up...
Love Island was still happening. Like, it was giving vacation vibes.
Exactly. So we wanted to read something like that. So many people had brought up this book being like, it is super cute, such a lighthearted read, like, it's really
lighthearted because it's dumb.
Right. Really romantic, and like, so I was like, okay, cute! Like, I love that. This is exactly what we're looking for. And it's like, we kind of wanted something that was like a vacation romance. They're on a trip for a wedding. You know, the last book we read was also a wedding, like, setting, so we were like, cute, it's gonna be great. We were misled viciously. We need to stop asking the bitches on TikTok for recommendations.
No, and you know what? If you're gonna recommend shit like this on TikTok, just delete your account. I could have said something meaner, but I refrained.
Yeah.
This book is basically about Meredith and her family, like Annie said, going to her cousin's wedding at somewhere in the rich people beach. It sounds like a rich people beach to me.
Girl, it's giving they're at
Cousins.
Sure. I was gonna say that place in
The Hamptons?
No.
They're
somewhere in California. But yes, it's like Cousins, it's like the Hamptons, a vibe like that.
Yeah. Like some rich people beach where people are always annoying.
Yeah, and everyone's wearing like those fuck ass Sperry's. And white and Sperry's, and probably someone has a little like kerchief tied around their neck. Like a fuck ass.
I was thinking the other day, this is like gonna be so random, but I was thinking, what's like, anytime a man wears a shoe, it's like, that's so icky.
No, like, that's an ick.
There's no men's shoe that's like, not icky. Like, because I was like, oh my god, when men wear Sperry's, that's so upsetting.
That is so
That's
upsetting.
a racist shoe right there.
No, it is. And the thing is, like, you know, like when you're like talking about icks, I was trying to describe some like icks to a guy once because he wasn't like getting it, and I was like, I don't know how to explain it. That's what's one when men wear shoes. That's an ick.
So, anyways, that's like kind of what this book is giving. This book is giving when men wear shoes. It's giving when you leave your coffee out in the sun for too long. It's
all of the above.
It's not the greatest, but let's just start. So the book starts off with Meredith and her family. We find out they're going to her cousin's wedding at a beach for the first time since her sister died. And double whammy, double homicide. Yeah. She also just got dumped by her high school boyfriend, Ben. She had been with Ben all of high school, and basically like 3 weeks before the wedding, he's like, to be honest, I want to fuck other bitches in college.
Yeah.
But I'll still come to the wedding with you, though. Trust and believe I still want to come to Cousins.
He said, wait, but free summer vacation?
No, like, I need to be there.
I will be there. I don't know, I want to have grandma's gumbo.
And he was shocked boots that she didn't want him there. And,
imagine.
I mean, both of them are valid in their emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not valid for wanting... I mean, I guess he's kind of valid for wanting to fuck other bitches. But you didn't have to say it like that.
You didn't have to say it that way.
Because that's how he said it.
I know. He just had to be like, listen, we're going to college, like, we're going to be long distance. Maybe
long
it's
distance
best.
is too hard.
And they're 18, you know, like... With the hindsight of being adults, we can both be like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But also, she's valid in being like,
you can't come to fucking Cousins.
Yeah.
Not only can you not come to Cousins, but yeah, you should die.
Yeah, both.
Yeah. And if I was 18, I would have said a lot worse. When I was 18, I was mean as hell. And I should have stayed that way. Yeah, so, I mean, on the way there, something occurs where she manages to punch someone in the face.
I'm not quite, that whole scene is blurry to me.
And he has skipping ahead a little bit, he has this black eye for like the entire week. How hard did she hit him?
Hard as fuck. Because I feel like it was like a boot to the eyeball.
Well, because she was pissed as fuck. It was a Doc Martin to the eyeball. Doc Martens are like lethal weapons.
Doc Martin to the eyeball? Yeah,
that's a lethal weapon.
I'm surprised his eye didn't fall out. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm exaggerating. I don't think it was a Doc Martin. I don't think she's wearing Doc Martens in Cousins.
I mean,
me when I was 19 wearing a Doc Martin in Cousins.
Yeah, I'm wearing
that's black. True. She is 18.
Yeah,
right.
She's wearing a Doc Martin in Cousins.
Right.
But they get there for the sister or the cousin's wedding. And she's like meeting all the family. Mind you, there are 1,000 family members that are here.
No, like there's a million characters stuffed in this book. I couldn't tell you for almost $1 billion, like, gun to my head, what any of these characters' names are.
I definitely couldn't match a name to like a character description, that's for sure. I know there's so many fucking names in this book, and they're all family. And
including the love interest.
Right. So she goes and
she's like, I love Gossip Girl.
Yeah, oh my god. So she goes up to meet or to say hi to cousin and groom. Said groom has a stepbrother. Said stepbrother walks up with a black fucking eye, and she's like, oh goddamn, my bad, G. Somehow she thought that he was not gonna remember that she punched him in the face.
Because she was wearing a hat.
Right, and that's like that's ye old faithful disguise. Mm-hmm. So she was like, oh, he doesn't remember. But then, he's like, I remember you punching me in the face.
Yeah, you gave me a black eye, I remember you.
Right.
But he's like being flirty about it though.
Yeah,
he's like, at least it was you that gave me a black eye.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I would also fall to my knees. But
if you were her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying if somebody punched you in the face, you would...
No.
I feel like even accidentally punching somebody in the face, unfortunately, I think that's a relationship ender.
Yeah, our relationship would never begin, to be fair. But, like, I would have it out for his head, certainly.
The author makes it really clear to the readers how close she was to her sister Claire.
Yeah.
Pretty much every thought in her head, because her sister only died a year ago, and I'm bringing this up to make it really clear how close they are. Her cousin literally comes up to her and goes, oh my god, are you Claire's sister? Bitch, you know me.
Yeah.
Bitch, we took baths together. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What do you mean am I Claire's sister? And she's like, well, it's been a year, I haven't seen you in so long. Yeah, bitch, because my sister just died.
Right. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
They were not giving her enough grace in this book. I will give her that.
Yeah.
Even though I hated this main character, they basically said, I don't care if your sister died, what about me?
No, everyone said that. Everybody said that. Randos were saying it to her. Like, it was crazy.
But she meets Whit, and they hit it off the bat, like, pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Like, she's sleeping in his bed, like, pretty much that night.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't want to sleep in her bedroom because it reminds her, again, too much of her sister.
Yeah.
So, is the dead sister kind of, like, facilitating this romance a little bit?
Low-key. Mind you, like, that first day before anything occurs, the cousin, bride and groom stand up and they're like, this year, for this week ahead of our wedding, we are going to be playing a game of assassin. Everyone. You don't have a choice.
I hate to tell you this. No, that's not true. They did have a choice. On the wedding invites, they printed on the wedding invites,
right.
will you be playing? And she was like, I checked off yes, but I never imagined that it would be the game that we play every summer together. I never thought it could be that.
No, like, yes, girl. Because apparently her sister, Claire, loved playing assassin every year, and she was like the champion every single year, and she really gave a fuck about playing assassin with the family, and therefore Meredith...
That's also icky. When somebody cares too much about playing a game. You have to care enough about winning a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to, like, be able to give enthusiasm.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're jumping off cars, jumping off roofs like people do in this book,
Maybe toe the line. Toe the line. Roofs?
I just said roofs. I don't think that's correct.
Roofs? I don't know. We never claimed to be scientists.
They're doing flips off fucking cars.
Oh, yeah.
A man in Sperry's doing a flip off a fucking car to spray somebody else with the water.
They're doing like a Jay Alvarez video.
It's a Jake Paul. No, and you know what? That's kind of what it was given. Like, family-wide game of assassin. By the way, family-wide game of assassin, that means, imagine your father, your bald father.
Right.
Army crawling on the ground to spray somebody else with a water gun. My dad, I think, would shoot me dead in my face if I told him, get on the ground and army crawl and play assassin with me. Actually, that's not true. My dad would indulge me. He's a great father. But the image of him doing it is so ridiculous.
It's not happening.
I'm not doing it either. I'm saying, bitch, get me a mimose.
My dad would be like, yeah, I'll play. And then he would be taken out within, like, the first, like, 45 minutes. And he wouldn't even try to stop it. He'd be sitting there with his legs crossed, like,
yeah,
you got me.
With a mimose.
Right, with a mimose in hand. So, no, like, this is actually insane. And no, really. And I don't know, she's like talking about how Claire used to have this like super soaker gun and it was like a whole thing.
Which also feels like cheating, by the way. If one person gets a water gun and you have a fucking super soaker, bitch, I'm done.
Right, like we should all be getting the same weapons for this
Me
game.
causing a problem in the game I just said I don't give a fuck about.
There's like one thing about me though is like I really don't fuck with games. Like,
in the friend group that we have, sometimes games are just really uncomfortable.
No, I hate playing games.
Sometimes like beer pong with our ex-sorority sisters in one room, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go take a shot. Like,
no,
I'm not arguing with you about fucking elbows.
No, I'm literally, thank you. This is the thing, like people get too fucking serious about games and it's just like never that fucking serious. No. You know, like I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about like the diamond versus the girl
versus the tight puss.
Right, who cares? Oh god, side story. My ex...
It's a funny story.
My ex humiliated me once and we
Once?
Right. Right. For the 100th time. And we were playing beer pong. And you know when you have like 4 cups left, you're supposed to be like, oh, put them in a diamond. So I'm playing with my friend and him from across the table goes, oh, can I get a tight pussy, please? I have never been so humiliated in my life. What the fuck?
He was never even in a frat, was he?
No.
Like, that's frat behavior, dude.
You should not be on Earth. What the fuck do you mean, can I get a tight puss?
And I'm going to do something about it.
Oh god, yeah, so they're playing assassin.
Can I get a tight puss?
Can I get a tight puss? I was so humiliated. The way my jaw was glued to my to my neck. Like, it was flabbergasting.
Especially around your friends.
Around my friends. You weren't even around his friends. You were around my friends. I was like, this...
Can I get a tight pussy, please?
No! That's literally what it felt like.
What's wrong with you?
I was like...
Let's just move on.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give, normally on this podcast, we like to be very thorough and very detailed, but to be truthful with you, nothing in this book actually happens besides this game of assassin.
Right.
So the relationship building is basically them just playing this game of assassin together. They're like not actually in an alliance because she's in an alliance with her friends that she spends all the 4 pages with throughout the whole book.
Right.
So they're in this weird alliance where they're, oh, we're just going to tell each other who we have and then sleep in the same bed and kiss on the mouth and call each other pet names. And there's this whole debacle about what pet names are we going to call each other? And she's like, don't call me babe. My ex called me babe.
Okay,
It's giving, remember in After where he was like, don't say I love you too. It just sounds like you're agreeing with me. Oh, how I miss being 14. I'd love to go back in time. Because, like, the way that I know 14-year-old me slammed my laptop shut and just went to bed after I read that. And then I went to...
I was like, I was up making an Imagine Harry said, I'm on We Heart It looking at Imagines.
Imaginator one day come back.
No, we miss you, girl. Apparently she, like, releases other books now. Which actually...
I'm not reading them.
We should read them.
Oh.
At least one.
You're right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Who am I kidding?
Right. So... Also, this book takes place over, like, quite literally 4 days, like 4.5 days.
So ridiculous.
It's insane. But at the next day, I mean, not too much is fucking happening because, again, like, a lot of the story is, like, her navigating, playing assassin. She goes and shoots her aunt. Her aunt's like, girl, I'm pregnant. I don't give a fuck. And she's just, like, you know, running around taking names. She goes to meet up with, like, I guess her cousins, I want to say. There's, like, 3 people, Pravika, Luli, and another one, who are, like, her younger friends. I want to say they're cousins, but they could also just be randos. I'm not quite sure.
And she tries to serve inclusivity by having a gay in the book, but the whole plot point of the gay, the male gay, he's literally stalking, like, one of the bookstore cashiers. Okay, when you try to be inclusive, but you accidentally make your gay predatory.
No, like,
girl,
babe.
Let's not perpetuate a stereotype.
Let's not
here,
do that. Let's not do
but
that.
But also, like, why do I care what Eli is doing with the cashier from the bookstore? Especially not if he's stalking him.
Because every
also, he's not even good at stalking him.
Right.
If he was giving A, maybe I would care. But it wasn't.
Take some pointers. Because really, he only gets brought up like maybe 5 times this whole book, and every time he's like, I just found someone new in the middle of town that I want to talk to, and I've been staring at from across the lake.
Okay, then go talk to him.
Like, oh, who cares? Like, okay.
Because we all know that the main character doesn't care.
She doesn't, because she's
very busy.
She is extremely busy. She goes to them and they're like, yeah, so our alliance is still set, right? And she's like, yeah, for sure. And they're like, great, fantastic, we're gonna win this shit. Like, it's not a game, it's not a joke. And then she goes to meet up with Whit, the name of Mr. the guy, yeah. They go to meet up and she's like, meet me at noon. We're gonna go do something special. They get on their bikes and they...
Oh my god, the concept of riding a bike.
Let me tell you something.
Your ex couldn't ride a bike?
No.
He couldn't?
No, he could.
Spreading a rumor.
That's not what it is. I just, like, when I think about getting on a bike for, like, any reason besides my dad asking me to go on a bike ride with him, it's just not fucking happening. Like, I was thinking about this when the scene was happening, and I was like, I just cannot imagine something that I would want to do less than get on a bike and ride down the beach.
No, like, why am I working out right now?
No.
Where's my mouse?
You have a Jeep, right? Let's get in it. Like, we can drive places.
Oh my god, if
you have a Jeep, we're getting it.
I was gonna say, men out there who drive Jeeps, just lock your doors when you see me, because I love Jeeps for some reason.
A man in a Jeep is always gonna be like, chef's kiss.
Something about it.
I know.
Yeah. I agree completely.
So good. But anyway, they go and she takes them to like this pie stand in town that has like the best pies ever.
$25 pies.
Yeah, and they like come out a certain time every week, and people are like fighting tooth and nail to get these pies. Mind you,
just make more pies, idiots.
Right. Mind you, she gets there and she's like, we have a whole plan on how to get there, to like make sure we're first in line. And this bitch says some shit like, this is why it's so good to be petite, because I can
eat 25 pies.
Eat 25 pies and get through the crowd easily to get to the front.
And still be skinny and not fat, because I hate obese people who are fat.
Girl, what do you mean?
What do you have against fat
Thank
people?
God I'm petite.
What do you have against fat people, huh?
What does this have to do?
Fat people now.
What does this have to do? What does your size have to do
Yeah.
with you getting in line to buy a pie?
Yeah.
Babe, shut up.
Yeah.
And then they spend the rest of the afternoon like at this farmer's market, and he goes up to pay for their like rutabagas and corn and shit,
and their pies because she's skinny.
Right. And the woman behind the cashier is like talking with him. I guess Miss Girl takes it as flirting because she like grabs his arm and is like, whatever. And the cashier's like, oh, sorry girl, like I have a boyfriend. You're good. I'd be humiliated.
That's so embarrassing.
I'd be humiliated.
The concept of being, I'm about to give everybody like a reality check. The concept of being jealous over a man. At the end of the day, he is just a man.
Yeah, ew. No. Women should never be getting jealous over a man. A man getting jealous over you? No, that's different.
Yeah.
That's something else. But you should never be getting jealous over a man. That's so gross. If you want my man and you can take him, then you can have him. But also, like, girl, she was literally just talking. She's
also, that's not your man, girl. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. It's not your man. Like,
yeah.
This,
And giving Huda.
Mind you, right. She grabbed him, and he was like...
He was, like, into it, though.
No, yeah. He was like...
Which, I would love for that to happen.
Yeah.
We're just jealous.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after the weird pie situation and her calling fat people obese and saying she hates them, basically, I'm just kidding, guys. Don't be fatphobic. Anyways. She goes to her cousin's house for dinner, and her cousin is like, it's so funny because Claire, her dead sister, and Meredith, they won't eat salads. They call it rabbit food. And if I said there's something inherently fatphobic about not liking salad, what if I said that?
No.
A skinny person who doesn't like salad, I'm like, wow, you're not like other girls, huh?
No, like...
You ever had a good Cobb salad? You ever had blue cheese on spinach?
What if I said that a Caesar salad is one of the best delicious things I've ever eaten in my life?
Oh, but it's rabbit food.
Right.
Maybe to skinny people.
To me, it's my lifeline. Just kidding. But seriously, like, what do you have against salad? It's literally, like, it's delicious.
And she tells a story about Caesar salad, and she's like, she wouldn't eat the Caesar salad. First of all, Caesar salad is not salad. So, like...
Yes, it is. It is the quintessential salad. It is the most basic salad for sure.
I mean, it's iceberg lettuce, cheese, and croutons.
Right, delish. With Caesar dressing on top.
I'm just not a fan of iceberg lettuce or croutons.
I do love when my lettuce is crunchy.
I like spinach.
I hate spinach.
I guess that's just a matter of preference.
Yeah.
I take back what I said about Caesar salad not being a salad. We worked through it together.
Yeah, I know.
But either way, she's telling the story about the Caesar salad and how Claire, the dead sister, will not eat this Caesar salad. And then Meredith is like, the fuck? The story she's telling takes place on the night my sister died. Why would she be telling the story right now? And to be fair,
why are you telling the story right now?
why are you remembering that night fondly in any capacity?
No, like, what the fuck? Because, okay, they're sitting at the table having dinner with the entire family, and she's telling the story like it's so fun and hilarious, and like, oh my god, Claire is so, quirky. And it's like, the way the night ended, there should never be a situation when you're talking about this night being like, oh, what a great fond memory we share with her.
At least not now. Like, if maybe in like 20 years,
Right.
I think like those were really my last moments with her, and I'm glad that our last moments together were something that I look back on so fondly. But
Sure.
First of all, it was only a year ago. Second of all, you can move on quicker than I can, but you better not be. I mean, like,
Don't put it in my face and be like, oh, do you remember this thing was so fun and
my
so
sister just
hilarious.
died a year ago.
And this is the night of that you're talking about.
And what's
Girl.
crazy is that I'm about to ruin your life.
No, yeah. I'm about to ruin your wedding. What if I said that?
And I think I'd be valid.
But that night also, before they even have dinner, she devises a whole plan with Wit. This man gets on the fucking roof.
That is so icky.
He gets on the roof to shoot one of
And
the aunts.
she's like, he's so sexy.
No, she's like sitting on the floor, like, and being like, oh my god, he's so, like, he's army crawling on a roof to get perfect aim at one of the aunts. And the aunt gets so pissed off that she makes the grandpa get out a fucking tape measure.
I'd be pissed off too. I would be ruining the night for everybody. I'd be like, you're telling me this 19-year-old grown man.
Right. And he's new here. He's the stepbrother.
I don't even know that. I'm fucking Penn Badgley and Gossip Girl.
I don't know this punk, okay?
Also, I hate a 19-year-old man. I hate a 19-year-old blonde man.
The devil.
I can't say that I hate a blonde man.
That would be sacrilege of you.
I'd just be lying.
Yeah. But
same night, there's also like this plan where she and Wit drive to take out a stranger. She does not know this man. She doesn't even recognize his name.
no, literally.
And they go into town and she fucking like James Bond out the roof of the car, squirts him with a water gun.
Literally.
By the way, he's crossing the road.
Right. No, she hits him with a drive-by. Like, literally. Girl, was it that they left the family dinner?
Was the writer like thinking like like was she really thinking like
She said your mainframe slaps.
like what are you talking about?
What do you mean she left family dinner? I mean, to be honest, actually, after that fuck-ass story the cousin told, I'd probably get up and leave too.
Well, I wouldn't go drive by shooting somebody else with a water gun. I'd go home and walk my dog and be like, I hate that fucking bitch.
But if random ass Pravika called me and she was like, hey, your assassin victim is here in town, I'd be like, oh, an excuse to leave. Sure. But that's not what she did. She was like, oh, I need to go take out my victim.
This is how she's honoring Claire's legacy, is that Claire was always so fucking good at this game of assassin.
Yeah.
So she must win. Or else Claire's gonna be happy she died.
Ooh.
Or something. That's what it's giving. She's so panicked about winning this thing.
No, she's really panicked about it. And I can see on one hand, like, okay, like, your sister just passed away, and like, you want to, this feels like something you can connect with her with.
Well, also, like, you can't control the fact that she's dead, but you can control the fact that you have a good memory.
Yeah.
You can do something in memory of her.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
it's just a little silly.
The plot of the book,
fictional.
Yeah, it's fictional, and to like, come out of it a little bit, it's a little silly to make the entire plot of this book just based around this game of assassin.
No. You went to school? Okay, now I have no problem talking to you. This woman has a bachelor's from the University of Virginia. This is a smart woman.
Yeah.
And this is the best you could do? You're talking about gladiator centers in 2021?
No, like,
and a game of assassin that takes up the whole book. Because when I started reading this book, I was like, oh, like, this is clearly not an author. Like, this is somebody clearly just like having fun and they wrote something. And I feel bad dogging on her. I don't feel bad anymore.
No.
Dog away.
My dog's going back in the kennel. Like, no, UVA is a very, very well-respected university. It's hard to get into. So, baby, what the fuck?
Yeah. I have no problem dogging you.
Yeah. So that night she goes and sleeps in Wit's room again. They're just like every night she's in his bed. When I was 18, like it would take me like several months to get to a point where I'd be like, yeah, I can sleep in bed with you. Like that's a leap. That's a leap. It's Tuesday, but you know, to each their own, I suppose. Mind you, like everyone can hear them like giggling.
Yeah, no,
all night long.
the groom is staying in like the room next door, and he's like, I can hear you guys talking through the walls, and she like tries to deny it.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, girl. The next morning, what's his name? Whit goes like to do bridal party stuff because, you know, they're doing all their things, photos and activities and crap, and he's, you know, the best man. And he goes to this restaurant in town, and she tells him to get guacamole, and then he makes an Instagram like in that moment. He doesn't have Instagram, he makes one, follows her, and she's like, the fuck? And the first photo he posts is a picture of him with guac on his face, and then she swipes, and it's a picture of her from when she was a kid with guac on her face, and she's like, huh? And then she's like, wait, where did he find this photo?
She gets in his DMs, and by the way, they communicate that way for like days via Instagram DMs, which reminds me of a story. I used to communicate with my high school boyfriend. We used to communicate exclusively via Twitter DMs. I couldn't tell you for $1 billion why. All I know is my ass was on Twitter a lot in high school.
You know what? It'd be like that sometimes. You want to talk on Twitter? We'll talk on Twitter.
Yeah, I would have talked on Kick.
No,
like
quite literally.
You wanted from me.
Skype IM. Sure. I'll make an account. Zoom has probably put them out of fucking business.
True.
Yeah.
Poor Skype.
I know.
I used to like Skype.
Mr. Skype is probably, I mean, he's rich, so who cares? Unless he went bankrupt.
Unless it's a woman, in which case I feel bad for her.
Right. Anyway, so she's like, oh my god, that's so cute. She goes back to his room and realizes there's a photo from her as a kid with the guac and everything, like in that house that he's staying in, and she's like, oh, he's so thoughtful. What, girl?
How do you know it was you?
I mean, it's a picture of her when she was a kid. It looks like her, but like,
maybe I'm stupid.
Still,
whatever.
It's like, I don't know. I know sometimes people look very different when they're kids to adulthood, but like, I look the fucking same as I did when I was a child. Like, my face looks very much the same, I feel like. Anyway.
Moving on.
Yeah.
They go to this stupid under 21 club. She gets all dressed up for it. She wears a little backless dress to go to the under 21 club.
This under 21 club is literally just like a basement in like that
It's called the Varsity Club.
Right, that all the family members go to.
And there's a bouncer. If you're old, you are not allowed in.
No.
They do not fucks with old people at the Varsity Club.
Cousin Derek is at the door bouncing hoes. Like, he's only letting in
Cousin Derek just turned 22 and he's really mad he's not allowed in anymore.
No, I know. So he's at the door being like, I'm running this bitch like the fucking Navy. Like, he's only letting young people in.
Ooh, you use retinol? Get out of here, bitch. God, I hate old people.
I'm sending Cousin Derek on your ass. You better run, he's coming for you.
Cousin Derek hates old people.
So they are inside the under 21 club, and they're like having like a flirtatious moment.
Well, and by the way, I know this is like stupid, but it was so stupid to include that all of her friends are having White Claws, specifically White Claws.
Yeah.
And she opens a White Claw and decides not to drink it. Just don't include alcohol in the book then.
Right.
Like, instead you had to make your main character decline a White Claw.
Yeah.
It's giving Mormon.
No, really though, because they really could just have a soda.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. I wouldn't
Right.
think to myself, why are these 18-year-olds not drinking White Claws right now? I wouldn't think that.
Right, because you know what? They're not supposed to drink anyway.
Yeah, I'm not advocating for underage drinking,
Right.
but I am saying having your main character open a White Claw and then push it away because
Right.
her 19-year-old boyfriend, by the way, all 19-year-old men are alcoholics.
Right.
Or on their way to it.
His breath, like, perpetually smells like beer.
Oh no.
I'll tell you that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I never experienced that. Thank God. Ew. Well, of course it does. He doesn't brush his teeth.
Right. And again, he's 19. Like, 19-year-olds, they just, like, they love to pound some beers. You're telling me that this young man who just finished his first year of college doesn't
On
have...
summer break and at the fucking Hamptons.
Right. He's, like, has the freedom of his life.
Yeah.
Nah.
And he's got a hot bitch on his arm.
Right. And he's just like, no, I'm not drinking. Bye. Bye.
Not advocating for underage drinking,
Right.
of course, but again, I wouldn't be thinking to
It's a
myself,
little bit
why are they
unbelievable.
not drinking?
Yeah.
But now that you're bringing it to my attention, yeah, I am thinking, Annie's ex-boyfriend always smelled like beer all the time.
Especially when he was 19.
Yeah, ew.
I'm sure he still does now. So
I hope he smells like farts all his life. I hope he can never get the smell of fart off of him. That's his punishment for being the way that he is.
Yeah, he deserves that. But they, I don't know, they leave and they go do whatever. They go back to his room, they make out.
Yeah, they leave because they want to go somewhere more private. And this pisses her friends off. Because they're like, you came to, why even come to the varsity club if you're gonna decline a White Claw? I finally get you to come to the club with me and you decline a White Club and leave with your boyfriend?
Imagine.
With a man you met yesterday? Oh, you don't want to see what would happen to me.
No.
You don't want to see me if that happened to me. Oh, I'm actually on her friend's side. I actually just understood their perspective just now.
Yeah.
You have the nerve
Yeah.
to leave with a man you met 2 days ago after I haven't seen you in a year.
Right.
I don't care if that's husband. You met him bitch, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
But anyways, her friends unfortunately lose me pretty much immediately.
Right.
Because they're like, Claire was my friend too, and I really needed you to be there for me when she died. And Meredith is better than me because Meredith is like, you're right. I'm sorry.
No, baby. I mean, it's nice of her to apologize, but also
she does not owe them an apology.
At all.
Also, like, if you Snapchat me, expect me to never answer you.
Right.
Expect me to actually hunt you down and shoot you with a crossbow if you try to contact me via Snapchat.
Girl? Like, when I
Also, it was 2021. Like, if this book was written in 2016, I'd be like, But, like, 2021?
To harp on Snapchat, when I tell you that app is so uninstalled on my phone.
Can you imagine going like this? Sending that to your friend, and the caption is, sorry your sister died.
That's so 2015 of you.
With the dog filter?
Right. Right. And she's like, why would you not answer my snaps? I needed you. Girl, I'm still healing from that. And
yeah, again, also, I don't care that you needed me. I needed to be there for myself more because my sister just died.
Y'all seem to forget that was my sister.
Just died.
That was my sibling, that was my sister. And we were very close and everyone knows that. So, again, we were saying, like, minimum she gets to be this way, minimum for a year, and maximum for the rest of her life. No, like, how do you even move on from that? I don't know. So this girl being upset about them fucking Snapchats is a little bit of badness. Like, you need to calm the fuck down.
And I wasn't sure if we were supposed to, like, accept that this was a character flaw on the main character, or if we were supposed to be rooting for her in this moment.
Yeah,
I don't really know what the author wanted, because I guess I was kind of rooting for her, but I also still hated her at the same time.
Right. So it's really unclear to me, like, what I was
supposed to be doing.
I was kind of not fucking with either of them. So
yeah. But there is a big reveal. And he's like, remember how I told you that, like, college is an adventure enough for me? And she's like, maybe you should try a beer. Just kidding. But just kidding. She's like, sure, girl, like, what? And he's like, well, actually, I'm moving to New Zealand. And she's like, when? And he's like, oh, next week.
And she's like, for how long? And he's like, until May.
And she's like, a year? And he's like, no, until May. And she's like, so a year. Are you kidding?
And to be honest,
this should have been, hey, I'm interested in you, but I'm moving to New Zealand for a year tomorrow.
Right.
That's, unfortunately,
as she was going to get in the bed the first night, he needed to be like, hold on, I'm moving to New Zealand next week.
Because especially when you're 18.
Yeah.
As you said, sleeping in the bed is a big deal. And you know you're leaving.
Yeah.
In a week.
Right. Come on.
To go to New Zealand!
Mind you, when he said this, I was like, yes! Because you know what? You're 19 years old. You should be getting a life experience and going to do something for yourself and going to backpack and go to a farm in New Zealand. Like, that sounds amazing.
Whatever adventure is to you. You shouldn't be
you don't need to
planning your life around.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. And so this whole thing, I was like, thank God. I love to hear that from my king. But she was upset, of course.
I would be upset too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But, I was like, good, y'all need to break up. Neither of y'all should be together. You guys have things to figure out.
All the meanwhile, a big major plot point of this book also is that actually, I'm just going to skip this part because I realized it actually has nothing to do with the plot.
I mean, it should be said, like, again, reminder, the entire plot of this book is about assassins. So, like, these things that we're mentioning are, like, a couple pages of this like 300-page book.
Yeah, like the actual plot doesn't really exist.
Right. It's like
it's mostly assassin.
Yeah. So in between all of these things we're talking about, she's like running around in the grass, like jumping over buildings.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna tell the one story. She's getting pissed off as fuck because she kills this one bridesmaid, and the bridesmaid she kills the bridesmaid while she's on FaceTime. The bridesmaid's on FaceTime with her friend, and she's like, I fucking hate it here. I'm in fucking Cousins. I'm expecting to get blackout drunk every single day, and they're asking me to shoot grandpa with a fucking super soaker.
Right.
Where the fuck am I? I thought I was in the fucking Hamptons.
Right.
No, like, if it were me, I'd be mad as hell too.
No,
I'd be like, you want me to run around on the beach? You know how hard it is to run on the beach?
Very difficult.
I'm not running on the beach.
I don't run on regular ground.
No.
No.
No, and it's August.
No.
It's hot. It's like June.
Maybe I love you,
but it's summer.
Maybe I love you. I love you a lot, but there are some limitations.
Even if Ghostface was on the beach in a Ghostface mask with a knife, I'm not running. Right. I'm just gonna get in the water and be like,
do you swim? If you don't, I'm gonna get in the water.
Can you swim in that? Can you swim in that dress? Curious.
Can you swim in your dress?
And you know what?
He's like, no,
you can't.
You can't. It's gonna float up.
It's gonna expose my skinny legs.
It's like, I'm not wearing anything under my dress. Oh, I can't. No, actually. Oh my god.
That's so funny. And also, I just want to mention they go on a date and she wears gladiator sandals. It's 2021, girl. Gladiator sandals?
I haven't even thought about those since I was 9 years old.
Did you own a pair of gladiator sandals?
Of course. We all did in 2009.
Not me.
You didn't own one?
I was marked safe.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
I knew they looked fuck ass even then.
Yeah, I mean, they did look
well,
fuck ass.
because especially, I could get down with a gladiator, like, heel. I was okay with those, and I feel like there's a variation of those now with, like, the little laces versus, like, the actual, like, leather.
Right.
But a flat-footed gladiator sandal?
I
that's
used
the
to
devil's work.
Stepping in those.
Yeah?
But I was, like, 8 years old.
Were you wearing a high-low dress and gladiator sandals?
No, I'm pretty sure I was wearing, like, the gladiator sandals with, like, checkered capris. Like, I was giving Troy Bolton in the top, and then on the bottom I was giving gladiator sandal. But again, I was 9 or 8 years old. Like,
I'm pretty sure gladiator sandals were popular in like 2016.
No, they stayed popular for a long time, but they were popular when we were kids.
You're like, no.
Too. No, because I did not wear those when I was older. I realized the error of my ways.
Either way, it's 2021. I'll give you, if it was 2018 and below, I'll give you that. But it's 2021.
Yeah, no.
Girl. And also she's 18, and 18-year-olds are mean about, like, millennial fashion.
Yeah, no, she's not wearing a gladiator sandal.
No, she's calling a 30-year-old old and ugly, for sure.
Yeah,
She's going up to 30-year-olds and being like, oh my god, you're only 30? I thought you were, like, 35.
And in her world, 35 is, like, ancient.
Oh, like, you need a retirement plan now.
Yeah, we gotta get your 401k out of there immediately. You need that. Yeah. But they go on this date, and while they're on the date, like, some of her family members or, like, the town yellers basically see them on this date, and she starts, like, panicking, and he's like, what's the fucking issue? And she's like, they're gonna tell everyone. And he's like, first of all, everyone already knows. You sleep in my bed every single night, and who cares? Mm-hmm. What's the problem? And she's like, actually, don't know. Right.
She also, like, they're also, again, getting way too serious, way too fast. Like, they have sex somewhere around this time.
Yeah.
And I just think that's, like, so weird because, like, this is a book about 18-year-olds. I don't want to imagine an 18-year-old having sex.
Yeah.
And, of course, it's closed door. If it had been smutty, I would have shut that book so fast.
Yeah.
But I feel like even closed door is gross. You agree?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we're, like, not the target audience for it.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, it's, like, it's gross for us, but, like, I'm trying to think back, like, when I was, like, 16, between, like, 16 and 18 years old, if I read this, I'd be like, oh,
we were reading after at 16.
Yeah. So, yeah. And in those books, like, when they started, they're, like, 18, 19. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're freshmen in college. I guess he's, like, 21, actually, so she's 18 and he's, like, 21. Even worse, it got Wissa. But yeah, I mean, like, if you're the target audience of, like, you know, that age group, then that's, like, okay, that makes sense.
It literally went from Wiss to Wissa.
Yeah, it did. But for us, obviously, I was like, ugh. But, you know.
Yeah, and she literally says, you make me feel absolutely golden. Bitch, it's Tuesday. You've been here for 48 hours. And also she's like, don't call me pretty. My ex-boyfriend literally always called me pretty. I'm Madison Beer and I'm a size 2. Like,
I was supposed to be in the video.
I was supposed to be in the fucking video. Like, I don't know.
No. That pissed me off so bad.
And I want to retire the phrase girls girl, pick me, and male centered. But I have to say it. That's pick me ass.
No, it was pick me as fuck. Like, I'm sorry. And yes, I agree. We need to retire those terms. But
I cannot hear girls girl ever again after
Love Island. Yeah. No.
I was like, apparently nobody knows what this word means, and now it seems to have become a slur. Let's move on. What's going on? Like,
you're so right. But no, seriously, like, after I heard that, she was already giving me those vibes, but after she said this in particular, I was like, you are so fucking annoying.
There's also a scene where she goes to get donuts with her cousin, and she tells her cousin not to eat so many donuts or else she's not going to be able to fit in her dress. Girl, babe. I'm sorry, don't be blatantly fat. Now I don't feel bad about judging you. You're being blatantly fatphobic multiple times in a book.
No.
Girl, don't bring up calories. Don't bring up calories in a book. Don't do it. Unless you're sitting there saying, I think calories deserve to be...
Everyone needs to eat so they can feel energized and have a great summer.
I love calories, and I love when meals have a lot of calories in them because calories are essential to being alive.
Right.
Like,
no. Why are you...
And instead you're like, don't eat too many calories or you'll get fat ass.
No, like what? Especially before her wedding and you're telling her she's not going to be able to fit in her dress. Girl, having a, like... You know, even if I had 2 donuts or 18 donuts, it's not going to change how I fit into my dress tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Also, like, again, as we love to say on this podcast, it is your book. You can make your characters say anything. If you've ever said something fatphobic like this to another person, you're not a bad person. Everybody says things just out of habit, and they just say them.
And hopefully you learn and grow and you don't do it again.
Yeah. But putting it in a book means you believe it, you don't think there's anything wrong with it, your editors believe it, and your editors don't think there's anything wrong with it. When there is. Because 50 people must read this book before it gets to, before it gets in our hands.
Right.
So,
they all read that and they were like,
fatphobia is fun.
Yeah. Hilarious. What a funny part of the book.
What a funny joke. Especially because the target age for this book is 16, no?
Right. It has to be between 16 and 18 years old, which means that you are telling impressionable young people, don't eat too many fucking donut holes, you're gonna get obese. Like, what? That is literally crazy. That is a crazy...
What's wrong with you?
Like, what the fuck? That pissed me off so bad.
Yeah.
I was like, do not try and sell that narrative to people who are young and reading this book.
You absolutely have a responsibility as an author to...
Right. Especially when you know who your target audience is.
Yeah.
And they're young people. Very young people who are, you know, unable to, like, see at our age. So I'm sure, like... But if we were, 17 reading this, I wouldn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
yeah. She is going to become a fatty.
Like, no, I literally wouldn't even think of it because
I wouldn't even think about it.
Because that's the way my mind was working at that time. Mm-hmm. And I'd probably internalize that and remember it and not even realize that it came from certain places. Mm-hmm. But now, with my hindsight, I can be like, this is such a dangerous thing to put in a book that you literally did not have to add.
Yeah.
At all.
No, especially because a lot of these scenes were so unnecessary in the first place.
Right.
Like, why did you need to go get donuts with your cousin right before her wedding? What does this do for the plot?
This book could have been 80 pages.
This book could have been 0 pages.
Right.
I would have liked it a whole lot better.
Right.
Anyways, but she does go to dinner with her whole family. They have gumbo. Never had gumbo.
Neither have I.
I just remember in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody one time they said gumbo like that. And now I always think of gumbo like that. And she gets into a fight with Luli. Luli is like, you ignored my fucking Snapchats, you bitch. I used the dog filter just for you.
Right.
And I needed you to be there for me after your sister died. And she literally just full on apologizes and just starts sobbing. And Luli just leaves.
Right. Luli's such an asshole.
Luli leaves and just like thinks she's in the right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then her cousin comes up. Damn, this girl was taking a lot of L's this summer, for real. The cousin comes up and she's like, are you upset about the salad thing? And the girl's like, yeah.
Yes, girl. Like, what?
Obviously. And the cousin's like, yeah, I can see why you might be upset about that.
And you know what? Might be.
So they make up.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much immediately.
Yeah. They have a whole conversation about it, and she's like, yeah, I do harbor some, like, resentment and ill will because, you were there that night with her. I mean, I don't know if we mentioned...
Yeah, the sister dies in a drunk driving accident because a drunk driver hit her. Yeah. So she was driving, she had just gotten her license, and she had barely even pulled the car out of the parking lot when a drunk driver hits her. But, I mean, like, the other people in the car were drinking. Like, there's certainly...
The cousin was in the car drinking.
She's 18.
And she, you know, obviously survives, and the sister does not. So it's like, she's 18, I see why she's having those kind of feelings. Yeah. And she knows, she talks to Whit about it, and she's like, I know that I shouldn't feel that way, but it's hard not to.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, of course it does.
But they have a conversation about it, and they're like, okay, we're good. But she's like, yeah, why the fuck would you talk about the salad thing like that? Like, do you hate me?
Yeah, because that was craziness. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, that was craziness.
Yeah, my bad.
My fault, man.
And then she does also around here find out that Whit did know her sister, which he previously had been like, I don't know her. He acted like he didn't know her, had never met her, didn't know anything about her. But she sees a video from that night of them, you know, since Saladgate, and he's in the back of the video. And she thinks back, and she's like, my sister texted me that night being like, oh my god, I met this guy, like, whatever. And she's like, she's doing mathematical equations, and she's like, oh my fucking god. So she obviously pulls up on him, and she's like, what the fuck? Why did you not tell me you knew my sister? Like, you have me sitting here telling you, like, oh, she's so amazing. I wish you would have met her. She's so fun.
You made me look boo-boo the fool.
I look like an idiot. What the hell?
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, on his side, he's like, well, you know, you got really mad about the cousin talking about the salad, so I didn't want to.
So post-Saladgate, I didn't really want to bring it up.
Yeah, but still, like, pre-Saladgate, you still should have said something. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and, like, I see both sides to this, but I will say this is such a weak plot twist?
Yeah, it's a weak conflict.
Yeah, it's a really weak conflict because they just met, like, on that trip. So they spent, like, 2 days together, maybe. Yeah. Which, ironically, is actually the same amount of time that they've spent together. So maybe that's why she cares so much. But when I found out that Whit knew the sister, I was like, oh, shit. Like, because she doesn't know Whit at all. And her sister had been talking about, like you said, there's this guy that I met. She didn't get a chance to tell her who it was. Yeah. So, like, if it were... I thought that Whit was going to be like, oh, yeah, we dated. Oh, yeah, we dated. Yeah, we dated. We had fuck. We did anal. Like, God. Like, she gave me a foot job. Like, like, our relationship was really serious.
You know, like, I thought he was going to say the same thing.
But just to find out that they met one time. And also, the conflict is resolved within, like, 2 pages.
Yeah, literally. She's
so...
Like, whatever. And
we know how we feel on this podcast about a conflict that only lasts 2 pages. Make your conflict matter. Make the stakes high enough that I'm worried that your characters might not be able to work it out.
Yeah, literally. Like, but instead, it's like, yeah, they're definitely gonna work it out within like 2 paragraphs and do.
Because nobody necessarily did anything wrong. Like, I would certainly feel like boo-boo the fool if a man did that to me, and if I were the man, I'd be like, this is uncomfortable. I don't really want to broach the subject.
Right.
When you make a conflict that weak, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, obviously they're both gonna be like, we both did something wrong.
Yeah. It's okay. Girl, so again, who gives a fuck?
The big climax of this book, don't piss me off. There's a fucking duel. Oh, by the way, she has... Wait, no. How can she have Whit if they're dueling?
No.
Someone kills her?
Yeah, no, she ends up with Whit as her assassin target. And the duel at the end is between several people. It's not just them two, right? There's like a couple people.
I don't know.
Either way, there's an ending to this. She also has Whit, and she's like so afraid to tell him that she has him.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, girl, you are...
And that was actually a lot of conflict. It was a good few chapters of her trying to decide if she was going to tell him the truth or not. Girl, if it were me, I would kick my ass back. I would be with the pregnant aunt from the beginning. I'd be sitting on the porch being like, I'm going to drink these mimosas, you're going to sit there, and we're just going to sit here together and do nothing.
Right.
Whit does all the... Whit is on the beach battling Ghostface.
Right.
I'm going to sit here and drink this mimosa, and as soon as he comes out and suspects me, I'm going to shoot him.
Right.
Like, duh. No, she has like this moral conflict and she doesn't tell him the truth. And it's like, again, talk about weak conflict, because not only you're relying on people caring way too much about this game, and then you're also relying on they care enough about the game, but not enough to the point where they think that she should tell him the truth. Yeah. But it's like, but if I'm already supposed to care this much about the game because it's about your sister, then I can't also care about this. Like, it's too, you can't pull me in, like, especially because guess what, I care about neither. Right. So this whole conflict is like...
So the whole thing is like, I don't gaff either way. Like, actually, I wish the book would burn. Like, I hate it.
Like, so, actually, I wish that the sun would explode in this universe in present.
No, really, like, the world comes to an end in the last 2 chapters.
The sequel's apocalyptic.
So then, yeah, they have this big duel between like
Duel!
several people about to win
and
the
the whole
game.
family comes to watch the duel. If I was at the beach and you tried to pull me away from the swimming pool to go watch a duel where people shoot each other with water guns, I would say, first of all, you better have a case of White Claws for me to drink.
And a nice lounge chair.
Yeah. To get me out of the swimming pool. Second of all, I'm not getting out of the swimming pool.
Also, I have an AirPod in. Because, like, no. Also, can you imagine being, like, other people on the beach who are like, what the fuck is this?
She's probably thinking that the rest of the families on the beach are like, oh my god, they're like the cool
They're
family.
so cool and fun. They're so fun.
Like, to this day, I'm like so grateful that our school didn't do High School Assassin. Because first of all, I would have been shot immediately.
Yeah.
Then I would have been embarrassed.
But that's the thing, I don't know if I would have been that embarrassed, because again, I don't really gaff about games like that. Like, who cares? Take my shit! Like,
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know.
God.
I don't know how you're supposed to act.
So anyways, basically the book ends with, who wins? He wins?
Yeah, of course
he wins,
duh.
yeah, because he cares a lot.
Because she's hiding a water gun under her chair.
Yeah.
And he, like, dramatically flips over to her and she hands him the water gun.
And she's like, I guess we'll get them next year. Girl, there's not going to be a next year from me. I'll tell you that much.
I will not be there.
I won't be there next year.
Put the gladiator sandals away.
Hang
them up.
Yeah, they're hang up your gladiator sandals. You're done. But then she also has like a whole dilemma because she's like, I don't know what's going to happen between me and Whit. Like, he's leaving. I don't know what to do. She has a whole conversation with Grandpa, Grandma, and Mom about it.
And everybody's kind of like, leave that man alone.
Yeah, they're like, girl, what? And then she talks to like one person who's like,
leave that man alone, he's your step cousin.
And then she talks to one person, it might be Grandpa, Grandma. Someone says like, someone is like, you know what? If you really like him, like, you know, you should follow your feelings and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you're right. I should. So they
imagine going to all your friends, just waiting for somebody to tell you to go after him.
Waiting for the one person to give you the advice you want to hear.
You're like, oh, so you don't think I should text him? Okay, well, thanks, girl.
Yeah,
girl. Like,
that was her. Literally what she was doing. So they spend the night together, and you know they're doing their like last hurrah. I think they have sex again.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. But then the next day, like everyone's packing up to leave, and she tries to go find him to be like, hey, like I changed my mind. We should stay together. But he's already left. And she's like, oh, fuck.
That would kill me.
Yeah, I would. Ooh. And because she doesn't even have his fucking number because they're talking over Instagram DM. So she has to get Luli to drive her, who Luli's being a bitch about it.
Luli's already mad.
No, right, but she's like, fine. So she drives her to the boat, leaves her whole family, all her shit behind. She's like, I guess they'll find me on the other side of the fucking lake. And she goes and finds him on the boat. And then the book ends there. And then we get a fuck-ass epilogue where it's next year, which I was like, didn't I just tell you I didn't want to come back? But anyway, it's next year.
Gladiator sales are back out!
Right. And they're still together, and everyone's back at the beach enjoying life. That's literally what just ends that way. And we basically find out.
He went to New Zealand.
He went to New Zealand, he came back, they're still together, she had a great time in college, they did long distance, it was great for them. Now he's back, and they're spending the summer again in the Hamptons, or Cousins, or wherever the fuck they are. Really like anticlimactic ending, and you know, again, talk about an epilogue we didn't need. God, like,
talk about a book we didn't need. God damn.
Right. Like,
if you recommended this book to anybody, I think you like torturing people.
To those people on TikTok who recommended this book, you'll be getting a DM from me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is straight up, I hate to do this, and I think this may be the first time that I've ever done this on this podcast, but this is straight up a 1 out of 5 for me. Like, this is like, there was, like, at first I was like, it's cute, it's fun. But then I was like,
by the time we got halfway, I was like, it's not cute and fun anymore.
Well, because I thought the main plot would be the romance, but genuinely the main plot is this assassin game. So it's like, there's like 50 characters in the book, and you can only care about like 4 of them, because like, you know, there's not enough time to build a relationship with any of these other characters.
Yeah.
So we end up focusing mostly on her and him, but then also there's the bridesmaid that was college roommates with the cousin like 15 years ago, and why do I care about the
bride's mom and all the random people who live in town, and Pravika and Eli's crush from town
that he's stalking for some reason? Jesus Christ.
Wink's best friend who works at that. Like, who cares? Who cares? Like, seriously. I mean, I would give this a 2 out of 5. Again, I'm only giving.
Because I guess I wasn't scared.
Yeah, exactly. Only because like I wasn't scared, my life wasn't threatened, there wasn't anything dangerous or like, you know, offensive going on. That's where I reserve my ones. So like
mine's a 1. This is pretty offensive.
2. Yeah, but it was just like I don't know if I recommend this to anyone.
I think next week we should read an Anna Todd book. I know we had other plans, but I think maybe we should read an Anna Todd book next week.
Okay, yeah, let's look into it.
Or maybe we'll see.
We'll talk, we'll discuss. Maybe we'll post it on our social and say what we're reading. But we will see you guys next time.
Please subscribe. I want to quit my job so bad.